Really, really excited to welcome back to the program. Every chance I get to have a conversation with Denny from Craft Body Scan, I'm all in. He's in studio with us here today, and I love what you all are doing there with Craft Body Scan. You're changing lives. People are getting the incredible sort of results and things like that. Can you talk a little bit about this, Denny?
Oh, absolutely, Brad. I love coming down and being on the show because it's just such a great platform for all those people that are driving out there wondering, should I get one of these body scans? What does this do? So, yeah, I'm excited about this. We're bringing the heart and lung scan, and if you're not quite aware what that is, it's a low-dose CT scan of the heart and lungs, and what we're looking for is heart disease. Heart disease is the #1 killer of men and women globally, and lung cancer is the #1 cancer killer.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's so simple. It's just one quick little scan, and the machine will tell you if you got a problem so you can get treated. And if you don't, you just feel good about your health.
That's absolutely incredible because, look, I got to be honest. When I first got involved with this, I thought, this is going to be really expensive and it's going to be really hard to do, and I gotta do, I gotta get in right shape and all that sort of stuff. That's not the case. You guys are right on the ball.
Oh, it doesn't matter what shape you're in. It's a CT machine. It's literally very simple. It takes 3 minutes. You line a table.
Yep.
It's a big donut. You pass through the donut, just a couple times, and in 2 or 3 minutes, it's going to take detailed pictures of the inside of your organs to tell you if you got a problem.
When you have people who come in, it's gotta be something that makes you feel so much better on their behalf, right? I mean, you're seeing these people see if there's a problem, or they check it and it's not a problem, but that's gotta be really remarkable.
It is. I mean, everybody hopes that they have great health. I mean, so many people out there, well, I eat healthier, or I exercise, or I'm doing all those things, but we're still just hoping that we have good health. And the whole idea of getting that scan is to get that peace of mind,
right,
to know that everything is fine, and you feel so good. And if you had a high calcium score, or you had a blockage, wouldn't you want to go get treated before the heart attack? Because the outcome is going to be so much better if you can get treated before.
Okay, so what about age? What about this? Like, do you age out, or can you do it when you're young? How do you do all this sort of stuff?
I mean, luckily, heart disease, it doesn't affect everyone until a certain age, right? And so, if you're 21 years out, you probably don't need to get a scan. But
sure,
if you're 40 plus, right? So 40 years of age, this is when you really need to start focusing on this, because everybody's got back pain. Everybody's got a neck cramp, or these little things that happen, but is that something more serious, or is that just getting older, right? And so knowing what's going on in your body is just a simple scan. It's super easy, and the results are going to tell you what you need to know.
Okay, so here's a question that people have asked me, and I'm going to toss it your way, and that is, I already get annual checkups. How's a scan different than that?
Well, I mean, checkups are your first line of defense. Your doctor, and that checkup is very important, but your doctor doesn't have x-ray vision. You can't see through your body to see that you have a 90% blockage in the widowmaker. That requires a CT machine. And so every doctor out there is going to tell you, hey, the only downside to this technology is the cost. CT machines cost a lot of money.
Sure.
And so for Craft Body Scan and offering this great promotion, the whole idea is this type of technology should not be a luxury. Anyone and everyone should have access to this, and that's what we're trying to do here in the Charlotte area.
Can you give us an example of somebody, obviously we're not going to name them, but what somebody may have walked into and had a great outcome?
Oh, I can think of one really good. I had a guy named Philip. He came into the office, this was about a year ago, and he goes, I want to talk to a manager. And so I walk out to meet him, and I thought, well, maybe something was wrong.
Yeah.
And he reaches out and grabs my hand. And he goes, I just want to thank you folks. You absolutely, Craft Body Scan saved my life. And he started unbuttoning his shirt, and he had that scar from heart surgery. And he said, I ride my bike like 20 miles a week. I'm super fit. And I was shocked to find out that I had almost a near 100% blockage in 2 arteries. And literally after the scan, my doc says, yeah, we were going to have to do surgery to fix that, but I'm alive today because I got that scan. And he came all the way down just to thank us personally.
That's incredible. Visiting with Denny from Craft Body Scan, people people may want to give a gift, people may want to do certain things. What other sort of things can you offer up as one of the people that are doing this cutting edge stuff?
Well, I mean, the promotion is for two very important organs,
Sure.
right? So we're doing the heart and the lung, right?
Right.
So what we're doing is a calcium score that measures the arteries in the heart. You know, is there a 90% blockage, a 10%
Right.
blockage, no blockages? And then when we do the lung scan, what we're looking at are cross-sectional images of the lungs, and we're looking for a tumor.
Okay.
You know, if you can find a tumor at stage 1, you got almost nothing to worry about. It's when we get to the stage 3 and stage 4 that it becomes so much more difficult to deal with. So that's what we're offering, and we're offering a couples heart and lung scan.
Yes.
So we figured, let's celebrate couples. You know,
Yes.
that's boyfriend, girlfriend. That could be you and your wife. You know, it's like a date. You hold hands together. You come down to the clinic. It
Great
only takes
idea.
a couple minutes each, and get your heart scan together. Because you know what? You guys do everything together. Why not do something that's good for your health and just make sure you're okay?
What kind of conditions can this detect? Like, what can we see with disease, cancer, silent killers, like that?
All of that stuff, right? So, I mean, when it comes to heart attacks, typically it's because there's a blockage, and you know, over time it narrows to the point where, you know, it stops blood flow. But it could be other things. Maybe it could be an enlarged heart, or a hole in the heart, or a deformity, or a valve issue.
Right.
Maybe in the lungs, you know, maybe if you're a smoker, maybe you got the beginnings of emphysema, or a lung nodule, or something that you need to know about so you can get treated. But a CT machine can see bones, soft tissues, and everything in between, right? So it's one of the best devices you can get on to tell you what's going on.
So let's talk a little bit about the quick and easy part of the process, because that blew me away. I went in, I was ready to go. They scanned me, and I came out and I said, "Wow, I am all aboard. This is amazing."
Yeah, that's what people love about it. I mean, some people are like, "Hey, is that machine that's claustrophobic? I can't do that." You know, and so no, this is not that. You know, it's done. It's a big open space. It doesn't hardly even make any noise. It's quiet. You know, it doesn't make, you know, a lot of those MRI machine noises. It's very quiet, but it's just easy. You don't even have to get undressed. There's no needles. And about a week after the scan, you get these results. And if there's something there, hey, it's a story. You know, I went to Kraft, I got fixed. And if there's nothing there, man, imagine how good you feel knowing that you're not close to a heart attack, or knowing that you don't have lung cancer growing inside your body.
That's amazing. Listen, stick around. I want to keep you over for another segment, because I got a bunch of other questions, and I know folks in this audience who have done this before. They are raving about this. If you've got a question, if you've got a comment, we're certainly happy to take that as well. I am Brett Winterble, and we are here with Denny over from Kraft Body Scan. We're going to get a break in. We'll get back. Be right back after this. Thanks so much. Stick around. Pam, the Jam Warner's got to look at the roads. What's going on, Pam? Kraft Body Scan spending time with us here in the studio. Whenever you come in here, it moves so fast. It's incredible, really. I got to tell you this, and we're getting questions coming in here.
This is fun. Bring the questions on. I love this.
Okay. Have there ever been any false positive results on lung scans? What does that look like? How are you all doing with that sort of stuff?
Okay, great question. Doesn't come up a lot, but that's a very good question. You know, so when you're doing early detection, right, we're taking pictures of predominantly healthy people without symptoms. Sometimes tumors are very, very small, right? And so if we see something that's very, very small, typically what the doctor's going to say is, hey, you know what, let's get another one of those in 6 to 12 months. You know, and if it grows, if it starts to grow in size, then we know that person has a problem. But if it stays the same, or what they call resolves or goes away, then a lot of times that might be just something simple, like a pulmonary nodule that somebody might get after having, you know, a COVID or having a sickness, and those things a lot of times go away. But generally the idea is to know what's going on, and if it's small, we're just going to wait and watch. But if it's well developed or larger, then, hey, that person they need to go get treated.
Tell me a little bit about what some of the common things are that you see on these scans.
Well, I mean, when it comes to like a lung scan,
Yeah.
Okay, so like a lung scan, sometimes we'll see water in the lungs, right? Some people have walking pneumonia and don't know it. Sometimes they'll have lesions, right, in their lungs. If you're a smoker, sometimes we'll see things like emphysema, or things like that can develop in the lungs. But typically, when it comes to lung cancer,
Sure.
There's going to be a mass in there, and it's very visible, and you can see it. And if that mass gets beyond a certain size, that's when we know that person needs to go get treated.
What are the things that people need to know before they get to the scan and stuff
Like how do they
that?
prepare?
Yeah, how do they prepare? What are
Well,
they-
it's sort of super easy, right? You don't have to worry about fasting or we're not doing any blood work, anything like that. You get to the office, it takes you about 10, 15 minutes to fill out your paperwork. Hey, and just because, we're doing this discount doesn't mean we're not going to treat these new patients just like they paid their regular price, which is over $1,000, right? So we will sit down with them and say, hey, this is what a radiology report looks like. This is what to look out for. And we'll show some sample reports like, hey, this is a high calcium score. If you have this, you need to go to your cardiologist, or if it's 0, you're doing really good. So we're going to treat them the same and then take them back to get scanned, and all you do is lift your shirt up. We put a couple electrodes on you, and the machine spins around you for about 2.5 minutes, and that's it. You're done.
And you're done. All right, that's amazing. One of the things that I picked up on was the price. These are very pricey sort of scans, aren't they? It's very hard to. What are we looking at to help these folks out?
Well, I mean, normally a heart and lung scan, which is our most affordable scan, is a little over $1,000. But the whole idea of doing this promotion is to bring the cost down so that anybody can afford it, right? So, I mean, typically when we offer that as a discount, we're doing it for $149 for 2 people to come in and get a heart and lung scan.
Incredible.
But for this program, for this show, we decided to take it a step further. We're like, you know what? Let's make this the best all-time price. And what we're going to do is we're going to offer a discount. There'll be a promo code, Brett50. So if you're in the car, at least memorize that part.
That's right.
Brett50, right? And you're going to go to togetherwescan.com. That's the landing page. And we're going to charge $99 for 2 people to get the heart.
For 2 people.
For 2 people, it's $100 basically for a heart and lung scan. And if you need to talk to somebody afterwards, we're there for you.
See, that's amazing because it's affordable. You're able to get the scan, and it's something that they're going to be able to carry out with and pull that off. That's amazing.
Well, I mean, if the only objection is it's too expensive, what objection is there now?
That's actually
right. I mean, this is the best thing you can do for your health, and for a price that low, what are you waiting for?
I've got people asking, do we have to wait a long time to get seen to be doing that sort of stuff in terms of the appointments and stuff like that?
If you called right now, how long would it be before you get in?
Yeah.
I mean, we're typically booked up a couple months in advance. If you're in a hurry, you can always call us and say, hey, because inevitably we'll have cancellations. Somebody might not be able to make their appointment, so you might get lucky and get something a couple days out. But typically we're about a month or 2 out. You just get on the calendar and then get in and get it. So even if you're not, you're paying for it now, you're not going to necessarily have to schedule it today. We'll figure out a time to get you in.
We did get a question about ADA. Some people may have a disability or something.
Oh, okay.
What about that?
Yeah, no, we're 100% okay with that. If you're in a wheelchair, if for whatever reason you need accommodation, we got it. All the doors in the office are wide enough for wheelchairs to pass, in the CT room as well.
Wonderful.
And we do have extra hands, so if we do have to help somebody to get on the machine, that's not going to be an issue.
You guys have thought of everything. I mean, it's really remarkable.
Well, we want everybody to be able to have access to this technology.
It is true. Listen, folks, Brett50, Brett, Brett 50 for Craft Body Scan, Brett50. Use that promo code, and you're gonna be so happy with the results. I've done it. My friends have done it. My wife has done it. Now it's your time to go and make the time for your health. Such a great pleasure to be with you here today, Denny.
Thank you so much, Brett, for letting me come down and be on the show. This has just been a blast.
I'll tell you what, you're going to be seeing me again very soon. I can tell you that right now.
All right, I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon, Denny. Great stuff. Another great hour. Straight ahead. Stick around. I'm Brett Winterble. Back after this.